How often do we consider the profound effects trauma can have on an individual's life? This is a question that begs us to delve deeper, to explore the hidden layers that lie beneath the surface of human experience. As we embark on this journey, we will seek to understand trauma, its different forms, and the myriad ways it can impact a person's life. Trauma, a term often used but seldom understood, is not confined to physical injuries. It extends far beyond, into the realms of emotional and psychological experiences that leave indelible marks on an individual. These are the scars that are invisible to the naked eye, yet they shape our perceptions, govern our reactions, and influence our relationships. Physical trauma is the most overt, the kind we can see and touch. It's the aftermath of accidents, wars, or violent incidents. It's the broken bones and the scarred skin. But it's also the ripple effects these incidents have on a person's psyche. Emotional trauma, on the other hand, is more covert. It dwells in the shadows of abusive relationships, in the echoes of harsh words, in the remnants of neglect. It's the invisible wound that bleeds silently, often going unnoticed and untreated. Then there's psychological trauma. This is the child of extreme experiences, the offspring of disasters, severe abuse, or significant loss. It's the shattering of one's sense of safety and trust in the world, replaced by fear and vulnerability. It's the nightmares that linger long after the event has passed. Each form of trauma is unique, yet they all share a common thread. They alter an individual's perception of self, others, and the world around them. They can lead to a range of outcomes, from post-traumatic stress disorder to various mental health issues. In essence, trauma is a silent epidemic, one that permeates every corner of human existence. Yet it's not all doom and gloom. With understanding, empathy, and appropriate interventions, these wounds can heal. Understanding trauma is the first step towards healing. It's a journey we undertake, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. Because beneath the scars lies a tale of resilience and recovery, waiting to be told. To delve deeper, we sought insights from experts in mental health. These professionals, with their wealth of knowledge and experience, have shared invaluable perspectives on the complex nature of trauma. Firstly, let's explore the effects of trauma on the brain and mental health. When a person experiences trauma, it's not just an emotional blow, it's a physiological one too. Our brains are wired for survival. In response to a traumatic event, stress hormones flood the brain, activating the fight, flight, or freeze response. Over time, repeated exposure to trauma can change the brain's structure and function, leading to a host of mental health conditions, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression. Now let's talk about how trauma manifests in different individuals. Trauma is a highly personal experience, and its effects vary widely between people. For some, trauma may lead to nightmares, flashbacks, or intrusive thoughts. For others, it may result in physical symptoms, such as headaches, stomach aches, or a general sense of unease. It's important to remember that there's no right or wrong way to respond to trauma. Each person's experience is unique, and their reactions are a normal response to abnormal events. Finally, we must address the importance of recognizing and dealing with trauma. Ignoring or suppressing traumatic experiences doesn't make them go away. In fact, it often exacerbates the problem. Recognizing the signs of trauma is the first step towards healing. It's crucial to seek help from mental health professionals who can provide the necessary support and treatment. The journey towards healing may be long and challenging, but with the right help and resources, recovery is possible. As our experts have illuminated, trauma's effects are far-reaching, but not insurmountable. Understanding the psychological impacts of trauma is the first step on the path to healing and recovery. Behind every statistic, there's a human story. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that your world has shifted on its axis. That's what happened to Sarah. She woke up to find her home invaded, her sense of safety forever shattered. In the aftermath, she grappled with fear, anxiety, and a sense of violation. But Sarah is more than a statistic. She is a mother, a friend, a survivor. She found strength in her vulnerability, transforming her pain into power. She sought help, leaned on her support system, and slowly but surely she began to rebuild her life. Then there's Mike, a war veteran who returned from battle only to face a different kind of war at home. The sights and sounds of combat haunted him, sleep became elusive, and relationships strained. Yet Mike is more than a PTSD diagnosis. He is a hero, a husband, a father. He turned to therapy, learned to manage his triggers, and began to navigate his way through the labyrinth of trauma. It wasn't easy, but it was possible. Consider Sophia, a survivor of childhood abuse. The scars of her past threatened to define her future, but Sophia refused to be a victim. She is a warrior, a teacher, a beacon of hope. Through therapy and consistent self-care, she learned to rewrite her narrative, transforming her trauma into a story of resilience and recovery. These are but 3 stories in a sea of many, each one unique, each one a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and overcome. They are living proof that trauma doesn't have to be a life sentence. In sharing their narratives, Sarah, Mike, and Sophia offer us a glimpse into the reality of living with and healing from trauma. They show us that it's okay to ask for help, to lean on others, to take care of ourselves. They remind us that healing is a journey, often a long and winding one, but a journey nonetheless. These stories remind us that while trauma can be debilitating, resilience is possible. Healing from trauma is a journey that looks different for everyone. It's a winding road, with peaks of progress and valleys of setback, but each step is essential in the process of recovery. One of the most important aspects of this journey is finding the right treatment option and therapeutic intervention tailored to your unique experience. Cognitive behavioral therapy, commonly known as CBT, is a proven method that aims to change patterns of thinking or behavior that are behind people's difficulties. Through a series of sessions, individuals learn how to identify and alter destructive or disturbing thought patterns that have a negative influence on behavior and emotions. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, or EMDR, is another therapy that has shown significant results. It is a unique, non-traditional form of psychotherapy designed to diminish negative feelings associated with memories of traumatic events. Unlike most forms of talk therapy, EMDR focuses less on the traumatic event itself and more on the disturbing emotions and symptoms that result from the event. Group therapy, on the other hand, provides a supportive environment where individuals can share their experiences and learn from others who have had similar experiences. This form of therapy helps individuals realize they are not alone in their struggles and fosters a sense of community and understanding. Beyond these therapeutic interventions, it's important to remember the value of social support and self-care in the healing process. Having a strong network of supportive friends and family can provide a sense of belonging and reduce feelings of isolation. Self-care activities, whether it's regular exercise, a balanced diet, adequate sleep, or engaging in a hobby, can also play a vital role in managing symptoms and promoting overall well-being. Healing from trauma is not a linear process, and what works for one person might not work for another. It's about finding the right combination of treatments and strategies that work best for you. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, but with the right help, healing is achievable. When we say beyond the scars, what does that look like? It's about the concept of post-traumatic growth, a term that goes beyond mere resilience. It's about recognizing the potential for individuals to not only survive trauma, but to grow, thrive, and transform in its aftermath. Post-traumatic growth is not about sugarcoating the hardships of trauma or diminishing the pain it causes. Rather, it's acknowledging that alongside the suffering, there's room for positive change. It's about understanding that the human spirit is capable of finding strength in adversity, of creating beauty from the ashes. It's about acknowledging that trauma can be a catalyst for profound personal development. It can lead to increased self-awareness, a deeper appreciation for life, improved relationships, a greater sense of personal strength, and even the discovery of new paths and purposes. But how does this happen? How does one navigate the road to recovery and reach a place of post-traumatic growth? The journey is as unique as the individual undertaking it. It's a process that requires time, patience, and self-compassion. It involves acknowledging the trauma, seeking help when needed, and engaging in therapies that facilitate healing. It's about rebuilding, redefining, and recreating oneself. It's also about resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity. Resilience is not something you're born with or without. It's a skill that can be learned and developed over time. It's about adopting a positive outlook, maintaining a hopeful perspective, and embracing the belief that you can overcome obstacles and challenges. And let's not forget about the power of support. The role of friends, family, therapists, and support groups cannot be overstated. They provide the strength, encouragement, and validation needed to navigate the rough waters of recovery. Trauma may shape us, but it does not have to define us. It's a journey, a process, a road that leads to a place of healing, growth, and transformation, a place beyond the scars. We hope this conversation has shed some light on understanding and healing from trauma.